Mandy, 3 words. Castleton Sports Club. Take it away.
The most innovative, wonderful, creative enterprise going. Absolutely beautiful. I think it's worthy of national attention on so many levels.
Talk about that a little bit.
Here it is. These 3 outdoor rinks plus a crock and curl outdoor ice rink, which is curling out of doors. All built by volunteers. They're huge, maintained, and people just come and enjoy. No charge, beautiful setting. It occurs every year, and it's just for the good of all. And people honor it.
That's what I was going to say. People, this is so the way life should be.
Yes.
I don't know how else to say it, but it's so the way life should be.
Yes. I mean, people say you can't do this kind of thing anymore. Number one, they talk about insurance this, or who's going to do that, and who's going to pay, and who's going to whatever. These folks just do it. They come, they give of their own time. They're here at 5 in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, flooding and so on. And everybody honors it. The community honors it. People honor it. There are lights that go on so you can skate through the night. And there's a sign up that says, "Last one out, please turn off the lights." And it's honored. People do. And there's no vandalism. People are respecting the distances and the regulations. It's just a wonderful thing.
And it's nice to see fun. Families having fun.
Yes. There's so many vignettes that you can catch here. Whether it's somebody just learning to skate or somebody who's just trying to get back on skates, meeting people, making acquaintances they haven't seen for years. I mean, the public school is right next door, and just the kids coming out after school or before, coming to just make use of the rink, be outdoors. How Canadian can you get?
It's the envy of the county, the way that these guys do the rinks, if you can talk a little bit about it.
Yeah. Well, what's unique here is that these guys, Jeff and Stacy, Bruce and Josh, they understand how to make the ice without using liners or frames. They slowly build the ice up, pouring the ice or the water down in thin sheets as the frost starts to appear and it gets cold enough. And they just build on that, build on that, build on that, till they build up a surface that's maybe 4 to 6 inches thick of ice. It's not on a liner, it's not contained. Now the beauty of that is, as the ice goes out and starts to melt, they have a funny little, it's like an ice clearer. It's not the one everybody names. It's another company, a Canadian company. And so they can come and skim the ice off, the top slushy part, because the ice is so thick. So the ice lasts even longer. They've got 4 to 6 inches of ice left there to work, so it extends our season. These are creative things that they've all worked on and thought about. The surfaces, and you can see, are just beautiful. It's like glass.
You've been a number in your travels, you've been a lot of places.
Yep.
Obviously you're proud because you're the mayor of Crammy, but I mean, even if you weren't, you'd be boasting about this.
I would be absolutely boasting about it. There are so many other things. The water and the innovation that they use to pump the water or to create, another system that will make it work better. It's just, they've thought of everything. And these guys are doing it often out of their own pockets, like $100 a week in propane, $100 for this couplet, for a hose or whatever. This is a labor of love. It's amazing.
Jeff, tell me about how many years you've been doing this?
This would be about 16 years now.
This year looks to be, again, I've only been here for the last 2 weeks, but I mean, how is it this year?
We got off to a late start, and obviously weather. Once we got the first ice surface in, we popped in the second one immediately. And then the third ice surface, we shot it in. Actually, we imported the water, trucked it in, and we started on Wednesday, and by the Saturday we had an ice surfacer on it, so we were up and running very quick. But weather, we got off to a late start.
And that was just because of the weather?
Just because of the weather.
Like it wasn't cold enough? Is that what you mean?
It wasn't cold enough.
Now we're hopping along, so to speak.
Yep. Yep. We're at, I think this morning it was about -8, -9. I was here at about 6:30. And then went out and flooded. Each ice surface got 3 good floods on it, and I was able to build the ice up quick, and that'll give it a chance to freeze really well before the kids start skating on it.
How much time do you guys put out here a day/week? And how many, put it this way, how many is there, 3 or 4?
3 of us. 3 of us on an
core.
active regular. Yeah.
And say the names.
So Stacy King, Bruce Bond, and then of course myself, Jeff.
How many hours a week?
How many hours a week? So we're at minimal. We would be 8 to 10 hours on the weekend, minimal. Just in the mornings, it's 3 hours each Saturday, Sunday alone. And then we'll be back out a couple times during the day on a Saturday and spend an hour and change flooding every one of them again quickly. And then during the week, we're here every night for an hour and a little bit. I don't even really total it up because it's not. You put in so much into it in your heart and your soul that the clock just stops as soon as you turn the lights on.
Tell me, and hopefully the wind stops because that'll screw up my microphone. Tell me, I know you've said this before, but I mean, the last 2 weeks that I've been here, it's a shining example of Canadian winter, Canadian people. Talk a little bit about that.
It's been, this year, it's obviously been very different from others. COVID has had a huge impact on the way that the families have interacted here. It's been consistently people in and out. It's been very calm. They're very, they're not up in your face like they normally would be. It is definitely a true Canadian winter. We have had some issues with some outsiders come in to try and capture what we have, and it's caused a little bit of headaches. But all in all, it's always seemed to just be a very neutral and just a calming environment.
Why do you, for all this time that the 3 of you put in, why?
I think for us it's something that we can do where we can give to the kids, and if we can give to the kids and the kids will bring the families in and everybody can enjoy it. We really enjoy seeing the kids especially come out and use it, because when we were kids we never had something like this. When I was little, you would go out on a pond, it was rough as all get out, you were afraid to fall down because you'd get cut up. It's nice because of where the fields are located, right behind the school. And once again with COVID, I'm able to get here early during the week, and I'll be here before the kids will get out of school. The buzzer will blow, you can hear it from outside, and the kids will come up from the school with a stick, skates. There'll be about 8 to 10 to 12 of them. They'll come up, sit down, put their skates on, and they just go. And then Stacy, myself, and Bruce will be here and just sit back and watch the kids.
It's nice to see, again, the times that I've been here, it's nice to see the respect of the kids taking part in shoveling the ice, like things like that, and the respect that they have. The older kids playing with the younger kids, they do know them, they don't know them, but I mean, they all have the respect to help out. This is a perfect example to me of what life should be.
Yeah, and I think what's very unique about it is myself and Stacy, because we've been together more than what Bruce has in the last couple of years, but Stacy and I have always included the kids, whether it be, hi, how are you, how was school today, come on, give me a hand to do this, and we'll get you some pucks and get you going, and even help you tie your skates up. And throughout the time, that mindset that we've instilled in those kids has come up through, and now we're seeing those kids do it with the little ones, and it's just that evolving circle. And I've always maintained through my whole life, a stranger's just a friend you haven't met yet. And if you can just show that little bit of compassion, just interest in what their day, how was your day, what did you do, what did you learn today, and then you respect them, they respect you, and then it's laid out there in black and white.
Croak and Curl really take it on this year because you've moved it to a different spot?
Croak and Curl took off because it put in a different spot, moved it closer to the other ice surfaces. There's more people sniffing around to kind of, what is this game? And you'll see them out here shooting stones around. A lot of families. There was a family here earlier, and they'll just get out and enjoy it. And really, that's what it's all about. There's no winners or losers with that. If you put the stone in the hole, perfect. If not, fire another one.
What's and again, the wind's probably going to screw this up. What's the secret to the Castleton Sports Club?
I think it's the passion of the executive. It's the passion to what we put into this facility as a whole. I know myself, Stacy, and Bruce, we put in a tremendous amount of love into the ice, the surroundings, the setting. We make sure that the snow is put in a particular spot when we plow. We flood it the same way every time, and we just want it to be perfect for everybody. And as a whole, the club, as a registered non-for-profit, this whole property belongs to the club, owned by the club, and operated by the club solely on volunteers.
How many acres?
I think there's 15 in and around there, maybe a little bit more. I don't know the actual acreage size, but about 15.
It's around 15.
Yeah, there's two soccer fields, 2 ball diamonds, the area for the ice, the one ice area which is dedicated for that only, and then the canteen and so on. 2 little soccer fields.
How much ice is in here, square feet, if you know?
We're about 34,500 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah. We were this close to actually putting in another one, and where other areas were saying, okay, we're going to limit 5 people for ice service or just shut it down. We made more ice to give. It's simple, like don't shut it down, make more ice, spread them out more.
So in COVID times, it's been a problem, but it hasn't been something that you haven't overcome.
No, we've always remained positive with it, and where others have just closed the door, we've always kind of brainstormed, says, okay, how can we work with this? You know, if they're saying we can only have 5 people per ice surface, well, if we have 2, now we got 10, you have 3, now you got 15. If we have to put in another one to bump it up to 20, we can. And let's, and just do it and get it over with.
Perfect. What are the ages you're seeing coming here? And I'm going to say this, not really. Well, maybe with their parents, maybe not with their parents, because everybody, this is a hometown pride thing.
Yep.
Tell me about the ages that you see coming here, and tell me about how you see them taking care of it.
We see kids come out of the school that are ages 7, 8, 9, 10, even 13. They're very respectful. They put their gear on the benches. They put their skates on, they go out. If there's a puck in the snow, they'll pull it out. And then the older bunch, they'll come in at later times because they're just a little bit older. And they're the same way. And even with the families, when they start to roll in, they're very respectful. It's a facility that's not commercialized. We don't see big banners and everything. We've kept it very private, subtle, and that's how we do it here.
That's what you want. You want that old-time feel.
I want that old-time feel, the backyard rink that either your mom or dad, or they're too busy where they just don't have time to put in that outdoor rink. We'll look after it for you. You just bring your family here and enjoy it.
Tell me about, you've been coming here a lot?
I actually haven't been coming here a lot, but a lot of my friends have been coming here, and they said it was good for a good skate, and there's a lot of different activities out here, so we like it. I'm just out here with my family and just skating around. It looks like a good place to be.
Have you been here before, or is this the first time?
This is my first time, yeah.
What do you think about it? You've done Croca Curl, if that's what it's called,
yeah.
and now you're family skating. Tell me what you think of it.
It's really fun, actually. The Croca Curl, I haven't tried. Obviously, I played Crokinole. That's a board game, but yeah, overall, it seems like a good community out here.
When you think of volunteers doing this, all volunteers, tell me a little bit about that. Like, it must be, as I say, it's wild that volunteers do this, and as I say, your first time here. But when you think of the work and that's involved in this, give me your thoughts on volunteers doing this.
Yeah, I definitely think the community came together to make all this, right? So they thought about everyone, and they thought that during COVID, especially during this time, it's tough to get outside, and for sure, it's definitely a lot of volunteerism goes into this, and